Hey, Jean! We're here!
Ah, Paimon and the Traveler. I've been waiting for you.
Whoa, looks like Jean wasn't the only one waiting for us. Klee and Kaya are here too.
Oh, it's Paimon and Mr. Honorary Knight. It's been so...
Ah, look who it is. You've caught me completely off guard this time. But then again, it's always a pleasant surprise when you two show up.
Guess we were so excited to see Jean again that we forgot to wait a sec. You weren't talking about anything that we're not supposed to hear, were you? Hey, stop pretending like we're doing food deliveries.
It's been a while since we last met, but I can see you two haven't changed one bit. Don't worry, we weren't discussing anything confidential. In fact, we were just talking about you.
Maybe we should let the star of the story explain it in their own words.
Yeah! Let me tell it! Let me tell it! A few days ago, I was reading Todoko Tales in the solitary confinement room when all of a sudden, whoosh! A letter came flying in through the window.
Flying through the window?
Like a bird does. It was flapping its wings. It could even talk. It said, well, it was a bunch of stuff I didn't understand.
You couldn't understand? Then it must have been talking about how to avoid solitary confinement.
Kaya?
Just saying. We don't want to let a teachable moment slip by.
Okay, I know. Anyway, the letter said, "Oh, Klee, are you behaving? I see you've wound up in the solitary confinement room again." Mommy is busy these days and can't take you out to play. But there's good news. I have a friend who has very kindly invited you to visit her.
Oh, so the letter's from Alice.
In principle, yes. But the issue is that Alice's friend lives quite far from here.
The letter says that Mom's friend lives in Sumeru.
The Knights of Favonius could never agree to send Klee off to Sumeru on her own. But Klee is rather intent on taking Alice's friend up on this invitation.
Yeah, I really want to go.
You see? So we were wondering, who can we send with her on the journey? Preferably someone who's a reliable hero and with a history of saving Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's why you wanted...
I do apologize, but Klee gets along with you so well. We couldn't think of a more suitable choice.
Sure, we can do that, no problem, right?
Can you really, Mr. Honorary Knight? Yay! With Mr. Honorary Knight around, Klee's not afraid of any...
See, I told you that he'd agree. In that case...
And you too, Kaya. You should join them. I noticed you quietly completed that backlog of paperwork we had. You deserve the chance to unwind a little.
Oh, so you noticed. Well then, I suppose I have no reason to refuse.
Great! Things will go even more smoothly with Kaya around. Still, Sumeru is pretty far. It's gonna be a long journey.
Don't worry. Mom's letter had a magic invite inside. Mom says we just have to all shout out where we want to go at the same time. And poof! We'll be there in the blink of an eye.
Wow! Well, that'll...
It only works 3 times, though. So we should...
3's plenty. 1 for the way there, 1 for the way back, and 1 extra, just for good measure.
Sounds very mysterious. I still think we should use it sparingly. After all, we don't know the exact location of where we'll be headed, or what dangers we may encounter on the way. Here's what I suggest. Traveler, you're well connected. I'm sure you must have friends who are familiar with Sumeru. I say we start by teleporting to one of them. It'll give us a chance to test out the magic invite, and also find ourselves a local guide.
That kinda makes sense. And since it has 3 uses, there's no point letting one of them go to waste.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Paimon. So, do you have a particular contact in mind?
Well, we need someone who's familiar with... And everyone knows that the best place to go looking for a forest ranger is a little place called... That's the one. Maybe we can get Tainari to help us.
All right. Gandharvaville it is.
Okay, I'm happy wherever we go, especially with Gaia and Mr. Honorary.
We should be on our way then. If you'll excuse us, Acting Grandmaster.
Yes, let the wind lead. I wish you a safe journey. And Klee...
I know. I'll be careful, I promise.
Great! Okay, here goes Gandharvaville!
Gandharvaville.
Grand Arbor Hill!
Huh? No, it's not a hill! Wait! We made it! Paimon was sure we were about to end up someplace super weird.
Sorry, it was an accident.
It's okay, Klee. Good news is this magic invite really does work.
Fascinating. One moment we're in Mondstadt, the next we're in Sumeru.
So this is where Mom's friend lives? Wow, there are so many big flowers. Oh, and jumping mushrooms.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Sumeru's full of strange stuff like, Oh, yeah. Paimon was pretty creeped out the first time we saw one of those.
Listen carefully, Klee. Those jumping mushrooms are called fungi. They may look cute, but if you get too close to one, it'll try to hit you with its cap.
Really? Okay, well, I'll hit it back with my cap. And then I'll hit it with the hood on my jacket, too. I'll definitely win if it's 2 hats against 1.
As long as playing with hats doesn't escalate to playing with bombs. But Klee's our friend, so we should be able to convince her to keep this trip explosion-free.
Uh-huh. I'll be extra careful not to blow anything up. I'll try my best.
Aw, that's very good of you, Klee. You're being very...
Yep, I'm super grown up. I'm already the Spark Knight.
Okay, Spark Knight.
There is no escape!
Hey, look! It's Kale! Huh? And is that you, Lilither? What's she doing in Gandharvaville?
I've definitely heard the other forest rangers mention somebody dressed like that before.
I see. Then it looks like my suspicions are correct. Who do we have here?
Traveler and Paimon! Huh? Oh, Kaya and Klee are here too!
Hi, Kale. It's been ages.
Kale, Yua! Well, that question's really more for Yua.
What a coincidence. I didn't expect to run into a fellow Favonian captain this far from Mondstadt. How's the vacation going?
Seriously? Bring the whole crew, why don't you?
Is it just Paimon, or does Yua not look particularly thrilled right now?
Oh, cool! Great idea! Let's go!
If you're trying to accommodate me, there must be some misunderstanding.
But earlier you...
Great. Well, I'm sure there's a fascinating reason behind why you're all the way out here in Sumeru. Do share it with us.
If you must know, it's a little complicated. But simply put, I'm searching for a cousin of mine from the Lawrence clan. He went missing recently, and after searching his home, we found evidence that led us here. He appears to believe that somewhere in Sumeru lies the key to restoring our clan to its former glory.
He came all the way to Sumeru for that? What was he going to do, enroll at the academia?
I doubt he came here to learn. He's much too old to start getting a basic education now, and from what I know of him, I doubt he has any interest in intellectual pursuits. All he cares about is restoring his clan's honor. Nothing wrong with that idea in principle, but I'm not certain how fanatical he is about it. So, there's no knowing what lengths he might go to. As a knight and a member of the Lawrence clan, it's my duty to make sure he doesn't bring harm to others.
Oh, if this is true, then your cousin is quite a man of action. Traveling alone to Sumeru from Mondstadt is no mean feat.
Nor is daring to make me personally concerned about his safety. He has no idea what's coming to him.
You know, underneath it all,
Yeah, she's the best! She brought me some moon pie last time.
Now, back to you. How and why did you all suddenly show up here?
I'm afraid that could be tricky. Master Tighnari is still at Partis the Eye delivering his lectures. He isn't due back for a while. But I think I'll be able to help out. The description in the invitation letter is vague, but I'm pretty sure it's hinting at somewhere in the desert.
The desert?
Does that mean Mom's friend is from the desert? I guess I'll call her Auntie Desert for now.
I remember Mahamatra Sino once told me a strange rumor about that part of the desert. They say there's a secret domain there that can make all of your wishes come true. Wait. He said I should just call him Sino. I keep forgetting that.
A domain that may—
wow.
I probably would have believed it a few years ago. But now that I'm a little older and wiser, I think it makes sense to be more skeptical about things like this.
This explains a lot. The domain could well be a myth, but he probably figured he had nothing to lose. My cousin has quite a collection of books about Sumeru desert mythology on his shelves. I highly suspect that he, too, is looking for that domain.
Can I come too? You'll definitely need a local guide while you're in Sumeru. And
We have every confidence in your abilities, Kale. Our part—
I think it's super cool! I read in a storybook that on your own you can only have a drop of happiness, but in a group you have a whole... So I'm sure Mom's friend will be super happy if I
That's the spirit, and
Whoa! This desert is huge!
wow, what an incredible sight.
Yes. The scenery is quite magnificent.
Are you okay, Eula? You don't look so good.
I'm fine. Just taking a moment to acclimatize. The air here is much drier than in Mondstadt. This area doesn't look very habitable, and I don't see a domain entrance nearby either.
Oh no.
Nope, you got it right. It definitely wasn't your fault. I said Gandharvaville wrong earlier, but we still ended up in the right place.
Klee's right. We're in the right—
maybe the entrance is hidden under a sand dune.
Who knows? We'll just have—
Oh, Paimon's so tired and so thirsty.
We should have found something by now.
Huh? How could that happen? Uh-oh. Did I break it by accident? But I didn't do anything. Todoko will back me up. I'm innocent.
It's definitely not your fault, Klee. See? Not even a wrinkle on it.
Does Mr. Honorary Knight have an...
Paimon knows where you're going with this.
Interesting approach. Assuming we're right about this magic invite, that is to say, if it was sent from within the domain, the invite likely has some sort of connection to it.
Oh, I get it now.
What kind of...
Of course! Mom said that if I ever need help, I just need to shout this out. Magic invite, Klee needs your aid. Do something now, so Klee's not afraid.
Look! Something flew over!
It looks like a bottle.
Remarkably effective. That's one trick I'll be keeping up my sleeve in the future. You should make a note of it too, Eula.
Absolutely not. It's not my style.
I suppose bottles are pretty common in Sumeru mythology. So, is this supposed to be the entrance to the domain?
A domain? In a bottle? Huh. Well, if there's one thing we learned in Liyue, it's never judge a domain by its cover. Guess there's one way to find out if this really is the way in. Come on, reach out with your hand. It! Oh, that answers that question. There's a path!
Hey, don't run off and leave us all behind.
Look! There's a huge garden here.
Incredible. It looked so small from the outside. Everyone, I suggest that we stop here for a moment. We should...
Since we're in a bottle, has anyone heard the story of the magic bottle?
Oh, you mean the one about King Deshret and the genie in a bottle? I've read it before, but I struggled with some of the vocabulary.
What's the story about, Kaya? Mom told me a story once about a group of adventurers who went to BottleLand. But I don't think there was a magic bottle.
Don't worry, Klee. I can tell you all about the story of the magic bottle. But if you keep running off on...
Oh, okay.
You sense it too, don't you, Kale?
Yeah, the scenery here is beautiful, but it's too quiet. And there's no sign of Klee's Auntie Desert here.
Maybe Auntie Desert lives way further down inside. This place is super big, just like Fischl's Immer Nachtreich.
Well, guess we won't know until we get... Hopefully we'll meet her...
It looks like no one set foot on this road for quite some time.
I agree. And the further we get, the more I feel like this place is a whole lot bigger than we imagined.
Hey, there's something strange up ahead. Let's check it out.
One with nature.
says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Wow, it's a big ball of water.
I wonder what it feels like. Can I touch it?
It's so big that we could probably pass straight through it. That's so scary! Stop giving Paimon the heebie-jeebies!
Let's not touch it for now. We still don't know enough.
But we can't just do nothing at all!
I have a feeling that this could be the... In which case, the moment we touch it, this place will instantly revert to its original size. With all of us...
Yikes.
Okay.
Kaya,
Of course not, Klee. I'm sure the real core of this domain is hidden away in a very safe place. Somewhere like... over there, for example.
I was so nervous that I didn't notice that big wheel at all.
Wait, who goes there?
It's the water ball.
It doesn't seem hostile. In fact, don't you think it looks happy to see us?
Really?
I don't think it's hungry.
Oh dear. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not understanding a word of this.
Wait, don't go! Wait for us!
Why'd it stop? Maybe it can understand us after all.
Oh, I get it.
Like the cats?
When you're walking around in Mondstadt City, sometimes a cat, it'll walk ahead of you for a while, and if you're curious... Exactly.
Let's dance.
It went this way, right? Oh, hope we haven't lost it. Did the water droplet go into that cave? Huh? Another strange contraption. And there's a weird-looking wall over there.
This kind of looks like that ball of water we saw earlier. Did the water droplet bring us here because it wants our help with something?
What? Don't be sad, water droplet.
You bet. But how are we gonna save...
Nope, we can't do that.
Oh no! Where'd it go?
Look, the device has lit up. And it's projecting images onto the wall.
A two-dimensional space with objects of the same composition as the device nested in...
Yep, what Kaya said.
But how exactly do we enter the image on the wall?
Maybe...
Hold on, I think Klee's on... Since the water droplet appears to be the key that activated the mech, the principle is no different than how we
Fair enough. Okay. Whoa! Huh? There's a box blocking... Aha! The box on the wall moved too!
Wow, another water droplet just came out from the wall!
It was flat as a pancake in there, but as soon as it came out,
Mr. Honorary Knight. That was a huge help.
Traveler, how do you feel after entering that two-dimensional space? Any physical side effects?
You sure seem fine to Paimon.
Well, I'm just...
Good thing Eula's here to look out for everyone. Can't say the same for you, though, Kaya.
Hey now, I only suggested that because I was confident that the traveler would be fine.
Water Droplet, is there any... Yep, you know, anyone who looks like me or my friends.
Oh, it ran off again. Hopefully this is a good sign.
Amazing. Come on, let's follow it. There is no... Out of the frying pan!
Into the wind! Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering? Time to go.
It looks like there might be a town up ahead. Huh. Maybe more people live in this domain than we thought.
And maybe that's where Auntie Desert lives.
Itia, the situation is now critical. Our window of opportunity to fix this is rapidly closing. I'm sure you've noticed just how much things have deteriorated in recent days.
But
This is your home. Are you really going to let everything fall to pieces?
well, I live here, but it doesn't actually belong to me.
Huh? Paimon knows that voice.
Anyone else who comes into this domain in the future will take one look at the ruins before them and conclude that this place was abandoned years ago. But just imagine how different things could be if you maintain this domain in how miraculous it would feel to them to find such unimaginable beauty in the middle of a lifeless desert.
Oh, you're right, General. Truly.
Act now while you still can. You have to stand up to this and break the most important...
But I take your point. I'll try, but the question remains.
Paimon's
Is it Mr. Honorary Knight's friend from a faraway land? A divine priestess? What's that? Is it a kind of mage?
What are you doing here? Huh? We have new visitors? Greetings, everyone. This is the Valurium Mirage, and I'm the caretaker, Adia. I'm so sorry that you have to see this domain in its current state of disarray. We are actively working on repairs, and everything will be back to normal shortly. I hope.
Greetings, everyone.
It's all right. Just leave the introductions to me.
I kinda wanted to say hello in my own way. But no harm done. I guess I'll let her...
This lady is a visitor to the domain, just like yourselves. She is a formidable military general. Have any of you heard of Inazuma's Onmyo Chamber?
What?
Onmyo Chamber. It's an elite training academy for gifted students of Onmyodo. Practitioners are divided into 4 classes, A through D, and assigned the power of Shikigami based on their mastery of the... This lady famously led the Class D underdogs to victory against the Class A favorites in the final mock campaign before graduation. An astonishing feat that few in the history of the... Isn't that right, General? What's wrong?
Huh? Wait, so the favorites were beaten by the classy on...
That doesn't sound like the divine priestess Mr. Honorary Knight was talking about.
Uh-oh. Did she just get caught lying in front of someone she was trying to impress? Or maybe she uses a different identity in her private life, and this is the first time it seems kind of embarrassing, but also, maybe I'd fit in better with everyone if I had a title too.
Some people call me a general, but it's just their way of showing respect. My actual name is Sangonomiya Kokomi.
Huh? Oh no. Sorry.
Call me whatever you like, Itia.
Oh, I get it now. It's like that story that Mom told me that Klee can explain. So basically, in the story, a big group of people go on an adventure to BottleLand. One of them's called the King, and so Miss Sangonomiya must be the super smart one who saw.
Perhaps.
Indeed. Wisdom is an important attribute found in military, General.
Okay, well, I'll just call you that. Miss General it is.
Fine by me. Sounds really cute, coming from you. At least, cuter than my pen name, that's for sure. Well then, how should I address the rest of you? How could I ever forget you? But what about these esteemed ladies and gentlemen accompanying you? I'd be delighted if you could introduce me to them too.
Wait, Klee wants a title too. Okay, got it. Klee wants to be a mage, the kind that flies around everywhere. Da-da-da! Whoosh! Kaya can be the master thief. Mr. Honorary Knight can be, the knight. And Paimon will be the fairy who follows the knight every...
Master Thief, huh? I did like playing pirates as a child, so I suppose this is an apt role for me. And I must admit, the master part is a nice touch.
Hold on a second. Are you saying the position of knight is now...
Yula can be the sword master who can cut through anything and also gets to wear a super sparkly cape.
That's more like it.
And Kale can be...
No, I don't mind. Healer is a great role. Whenever I'm thinking of titles for myself, I usually imagine myself as an adventurer or...
Don't worry, Kale. You'll be the bestest healer ever. You don't talk much.
You'll do fine. I heard you're good with bandages.
I can pitch a tent. Maybe you heard wrong?
This is a great idea. Oh, we can't leave you out, Miss Adia. That's perfectly okay. I already have a role here anyway, remember? I'm the caretaker. I got it! Mascot?
Klee, maybe you could think up an even better role for Miss Adia.
A mascot, you say? Isn't that a character that doesn't have to actually do anything and sits around letting everyone else do all the important work?
Sounds like the idea of being lazy is pretty exciting to her.
The mascot serves to maintain troop morale, Itia.
Ah, alright. That's right! Thank you for bringing these new friends. Thanks, Water Droplet. See ya! Water Droplet? Is that your pet name for it? I suppose it's as accurate a nickname as any.
We keep getting sidetracked, but I believe you were saying something about being in a difficult predicament. Is something wrong with the Valyria Mirage?
Oh, yes, about that. I'm afraid the entire domain has recently sustained some... It was as if the whole world was suddenly flipped upside down. A few components went missing from the core, which sustains the domain, and the impact cascaded out from there. Needless to say, just days after I agreed to let my friend's daughter come and visit too. When she gets here and sees the state that... Oh, so you're Mom's friend? Hi, Auntie Desert. I'm Klee. Here, I brought the magic invite, see? Huh? Wait, so you're...
Look how dilated her pupils are. She must be very surprised.
Yeah, and Mom's the one who sent me here. She's the strongest mage ever. She said that her friend lives in the desert. You live in the desert, so that must be you, right?
Ah, I see. So being a mage runs in the family.
You're Alice's daughter. Oh, I just want the ground to swallow me up right now. Wait, that's it. I'll hide myself away in the core of the domain. Hide there until this all blows over. See you all in 100 years.
Idia's really going through it. She's like a shriveled little forest fungus, hanging its head in shit.
Kale? That's a harsh analogy. Where'd all that come from?
Don't worry, Auntie Desert. Klee's here to help you. And all my friends will help too.
Yeah, don't you worry.
Well, I'm useless.
Don't put yourself down, Idia.
Thanks for your encouragement. That'll give me some time to...
Time to broaden the horizons again. Everyone hold hands!
Hi, Miss General. Mr. Honorary Knight says that you're from Watatsumi Island. What's it like there? There must be loads of fish, right? Wait! You look kinda like a mermaid. Are there fish in your family?
Oh, sorry to disappoint you, Miss Mage, but I'm just an ordinary human. I have lots of great stories about Watatsumi Island, though. Come on, let's enjoy the scenery while I tell you all about it.
Feeling nervous, Kale? Well, it's your first time as a guide, after all.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just, still settling into the role. So I was thinking about how to talk more like Master Tighnari.
Well, the easiest way to imitate someone is to start with their most common turns of phrase.
Oh, okay. In that case, put that mushroom down. Now, it's highly poisonous.
There you go. With just a few simple words, you've captured your master's personality perfect.
Anyway, what about your role? Don't you mind being the master thief? It doesn't sound like you're one of the good guys.
Maybe not. Until you factor in that I only steal from the enemy. I think that's enough to make me one of the good guys, don't you?
Oh! Fair point, fair...
Who else has visited the Valoria Mirage recently? There was someone from the academia who came not long ago. A Kasharawar scholar. Blonde hair. Architect, I think. He was a huge help, and redesigned many of the buildings here. Although he was always grumbling to himself, he was extremely diligent in his work. What a kind... I could tell that was a sensitive soul. A lot like me. After him, an aristocrat from Mondstadt showed up. Then Miss Sangonomiya. Unfortunately, everything here suddenly started changing before I had the chance to be a good host and show them around.
Do you know where the Mondstadt aristocrat is now?
If I remember correctly, he headed north after the incident. It's a pity we're having all these issues. Still, not to worry.
Hey, Idia, you got an update for us? We've all caught up with each other.
Very well. Then please allow me, Idia, your mascot, to explain exactly what's... Basically, this entire domain is powered by a device called the Central Hub, which you all saw earlier. But following a major incident, several key components from the Central Hub came loose and went flying. 4 components, I believe, which has caused the Central Hub to stop.
Oh, so that...
Yes, it definitely shouldn't be frozen still like it is now. At least...
Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
Right. I do know where one of the parts is. It landed not too far away, but the rest all landed in different areas. Now, as the caretaker and your
You can just be yourself if you want.
Oh, I see.
Fine by me.
I'll be your backup, Eula.
Oh? Well, this'll be fun.
Master Thief Kaya and Mage Klee, if you could earmark some time in your busy schedules to serve.
Earmark?
It just means we mustn't forget to do it. Don't worry.
Finally, we have our general, Miss Sangonomiya, and our knight. Wow, spoken like a true.
Then, for my part,
All right, well, if anyone finds anything, please take care while you're out.
You got it. I'll take extra
I'll be on my best behavior.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. I remember seeing it just behind the central hub.
So, how come you didn't bring it back when you first saw it?
I'd have been more than happy to, if this one component was enough to fix the whole domain. But with 3 other components to find, I suddenly felt overwhelmed by how much work needed doing.
Paimon kinda gets that. Taking the first step is always the hardest part.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Hey, so Paimon's been meaning to ask, what brought you here, Kokomi?
Oh, well, things have quieted down in Watatsumi Island for now. So I thought I'd take the chance to get out and see more of the world.
You've traveled a pretty long way. Why Sumeru?
I figured that I needed to venture further than usual to really broaden my horizons. Well, that's one reason anyway. I can explain in more detail another time.
Illusion shattered!
A fateful offering. brings a smile to my face. Yeah.
Okay, this... Now, I'm sure you're both wondering, but where's the component? There's nothing here. Oh, where could it...
Oh, it's that lamp thingy, right? Water Droplet showed us how that works already.
Yes, that's the one. There goes my big introduction. Showing people the ropes is supposed to be my job. Oh, I can't believe I'm being shown up by a Hydro Eidolon.
Cheer up, Edea. The Hydro Eidolon can give a basic demonstration of how to use things. That's where you come in.
Paimon forgot how persuasive Kokomi can be when she really wants to.
Oh, well, if you put it that way. This is called the streaming projector. Everything here in the Valurium Mirage was made using this device. All you need to do is place an item in the projector, and you can construct a course. At least, I think that's what it used to do. With the domain in its current state, only its most basic functions are still operable. Okay, not quite that basic. At the moment, it's only able to show two-dimensional objects. I call them... Think of it like a sort of draft or blueprint or something.
So you're saying...
Yes, exactly. I'll leave you to go in and physically retrieve it.
Really?
No, sorry. I feel like I have two left feet when I try to dance. I guess I'll just...
Hey, come on!
Doesn't look like the component is in here. Yes, that's the one! Now you just need to bring it back out.
What is this thing anyway? And why is it so small? It doesn't look like it belongs in that huge...
It's hard to explain, but I assure you that it's... So that leaves...
Every journey begins with a first step.
You really think so? I suppose you're right.
You don't need to keep bringing that up.
Anyway, thank you. I'll take this and start trying to repair the central... Oh, why am I so clumsy? Once again, I was no...
What's wrong,
I'm just a little confused. You mentioned that the water droplet showed you how to use the projector? Can you tell me a little bit more about that? I'm so curious to know what happened.
Oh, sure.
I see.
Hey, look! The wheel is spinning now! Oh, and now it's stopped again! Well, that didn't last long.
It also wasn't spinning at the right speed. Before the incident, it spun much faster than that.
Oh, so you saw it back when it was still working?
Oh, yes. I arrived here a little earlier than the rest of you. Like Idia said, it felt like the world was flipped upside down. Well, I don't know how else to describe it. And I certainly don't want to
No, it's no use. Seems that for a moment there, when it started turning, I got excited.
Wishful thinking is only going to lead to disappointment, Idia.
Hey, Mr. Honorary Knight and Miss General are here. Oh, and our You beat us! I was sure we were gonna be the first ones back.
Hey. Impressive. I doubt you'd find many other knights of...
How about our Master Thief and Mage? You bet! We made a huge... The place we were trying to get to was blocked off. We couldn't... But then, just now, a huge canyon appeared out of nowhere. So we hurried back here. Come and see, Mr. Honorary Knight. Let's go on a canyon adventure. I'll sit this one out. Miss General, you should come too.
Wonderful. It would be...
Let's go!
The hunt begins!
This is order.
Potential treasure? All right, Curiosity. You win again.
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Brings a smile to my face.
before the canyon appeared, I heard a faint...
Could it have been the central hub?
Hey, you, oh. New guys, huh?
Oh, hey! Paimon didn't realize anyone else besides Adia.
You actually saw her? She's barely shown her face since everything started falling apart here.
Excuse me for...
Oh, right. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Ferdinand. Me and my brothers look after this whole zone. Well, we used to, until this whole domain was, like, flipped upside down, or whatever. The method we were using to make the carts and tracks stopped working after that.
Adia is working on repairing the domain. We were just with her before coming here.
Really? Huh. I assume that she'd be curled up in a fetal position somewhere, hoping all her problems will magically disappear on their own. Good for her. Anyway, I checked all the stations around the whole circuit. They've all conked out.
Conked out?
But aren't you just travelers who stumbled upon this place by accident?
Nuh-uh. I'm Mage Klee, Adia's help.
A mage?
Allow me to...
Okay, I gotcha. Well, right now the more helpers we got, the better, I guess. Anyway, our first priority is to get the car...
Oh? And what?
The roads here twist and turn so much that the best way to get around is by riding the rail tracks instead. Let me show you. This is what we used to make them. Did Adia bring you up to speed on these things? Yep. Basically, we need something that we can put inside that'll make a cart for us.
Like what? Can it be anything as long as it looks like a cart?
Yeah, you could put it that way. But one other thing is that it has to be compatible with the tracks.
So, something like... a sedan chair, maybe? But I'm not sure we have all the materials required to build one.
How about you, Traveler? Any ideas? That would solve the issue of materials.
Wood's no good. A rickety wooden cart would be too dangerous.
Really? Hey everyone, come and see what Klee made.
Ta-da! Look! I made a cart!
Wow! Amazing work, Klee!
Whoa! It fits a track like a glove, too. Plus, it's a heck of a lot cuter than the ones Adia made.
I just wanted to give it a try, and suddenly, boom! There it was!
Paimon's gotta ask. What exactly did you make your cart from, Klee?
I used jump...
Thought so.
Is there a problem?
It's just... this cart is made from,
It's a bomb or something, isn't it? Yeah, I gathered from your conversation that Jumpy Dumpty is a little more volatile than the... It's okay, though, because the end product only takes on the general look of the source material. So to be more specific, while different materials have different properties, most of them aren't...
It's okay! No need to delve into the theoretical... Paimon just wanted to make sure we aren't about to end up like the, flying fish of Starfell Lake.
Huh?
Can we ride the cart now?
In a moment. We need a hydroidolin to power it up first. Okay, she's ready to roll.
Whoa! This cart is fast! Chugga 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 chugga! Woo woo!
Yeah! I'm gonna call it the choo-choo cart!
The track is damaged up ahead. We need to make some repairs before we can go any further. Yep, looks like it's all reverted to a preprint state here.
Do you know why that happened?
Everything in this domain starts as a preprint and only takes shape after being illuminated by the streaming projector. But the hydroidolin that forms the tracks here has been trapped in the print.
So someone needs to go into the preprint and rescue the
But the projector here is sealed off by a giant bubble!
That's the hydroidolin's way of protecting the device from damage. If the streaming projector broke,
Aha! So for step 1, we need water droplet to help! Aw, it seems to...
any volunteers for step 2?
Leave that to us!
Ah, so the hydroidolin was locked up in that chest.
Aw, it's completely empty!
Yay! We saved 2 water droplets now!
Whoa! Water droplet just transformed into some new tracks!
Good. Let's keep going then.
Hey, Ferdinand! You mentioned that you managed this place together with your brothers. Did you mean that your brothers are water droplets?
No. The hydroidolins are like helpers here. As for my brothers, well... those two. You'll meet them soon enough.
Brings a smile to my face. One with nature. Time to go.
Look! Klee can fly just like Paimon now!
This is way more exciting than how Paimon usually flies.
Seems we've just about finished repairing the station and the connecting tracks. Let's go check the track switcher now. It's over there.
There is no escape. Into the wind. Tja! Follow the wind. Tja! Illusion shattered! The wind knows me. Time to go. Follow the wind. Shine down!
Oh! There's another spinny thing here! It's so big! But, not as big as the one we saw in the middle of this place? I bet it's something super important.
Very good, Klee. You're using what you saw earlier to make observations, like a real adventurer.
It appears to be a system that rotates the switch.
That's right. Originally, all you had to do was flip this switch and the junction would rotate. But it seems Jeremy still hasn't fixed it yet. He sure talks big, but when it comes to actually getting things done...
Is this Jeremy you mentioned one of your brothers?
Yeah. When I talked to him about repairing the tracks, I suggested we start with the station. But he said we should start at the junction. Really, it made no difference which one we started with. But he just had to turn it into a huge argument. Let's see what he has to say now that I've already fixed the tracks.
If you ask me, you're clearly...
Yes! Finally someone who can recognize that, rather than just shrugging off my ideas. Sometimes I can't help but get angry just thinking of Jeremy. You should have seen him back in the sandstorm. I suggested we go east, and he argued that we should go west.
You were in a sandstorm? What happened after that?
We separated and each went our own way. Lucky for us, we stumbled across this domain. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have been buried in the sand.
Everything will get better once we get the switcher working again.
Still stuck here just as I expected. Well, did you make any progress?
Didn't I already tell you? Just have the hydroidolins fix the junction. Wait a minute, how did you get here?
The answer is standing right in front of you.
Yeah, sure. Those travelers must have helped you. You never get anything done on your own. You always get someone else's help and then try to take the credit for yourself.
You're one to talk. What have you managed to accomplish, huh?
Whoa. They started arguing the moment they saw each other. But aren't they supposed to be brothers?
Me?
All right, Jeremy. That's it.
Fine. I'd rather be focusing my efforts on
You should calm down too, Ferdinand.
Fine.
I'm sorry you had to see that. My name... I assume you're the ones who helped repair the tracks.
No need to thank us.
I see. Now that you and Ferdinand brought the cart up here, we'll need the hydroidolins to fix the area below.
Them again, huh? Seems the hydroidolins are...
Yes, of course. Not only do they keep the junction turning, they operate practically everything else in the domain too. All right. Seems most of the tracks and junctions have been repaired now.
Yep. So me...
What? You think you deserve the credit? If anything...
You're always quick to criticize...
And what about you? Don't forget it was Hado and I who took care of the mess that...
I left early this morning. I assumed he'd be with you.
Seriously? Couldn't you...
Hey, come on! You didn't see him either, so...
Klee?
I don't get it. Nobody did any...
Who are you calling smug?
All right, I think we've heard enough from you. If you insist on bickering, then I'd suggest you go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just... Now, come with me. I'd like to have a word with you.
Phew. Don't be upset, Klee. There are many complicated situations in this world which don't always have a logical explanation. As a passing traveler here, but in my experience...
Seems you don't like dealing with this kind of thing either, Kokomi.
But it's still... I don't know how to explain...
I'm sorry. We've calmed down. We shouldn't argue in front of a child like that.
We're sorry, Klee.
It's okay.
Back to the topic at hand.
Ah, right. We would have to use the junction to send the cart to another area.
Sorry to trouble you again, but would you help us find him?
Oh.
Hey, come on, you two. You're brothers after all. Can't you try to get along?
Follow the wind. Time to go.
Okay, this is the end of this track segment. Otto should be nearby.
Says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering.
Ah, I guess you had repaired the tracks and stations as soon as I saw a cart come zipping along. Now that the tracks, station, and carts are all repaired, we're about ready to reopen Torrential Twister.
You're in no condition to be out running.
Yeah.
That's true, but you should stop.
Exactly. If there's anything that needs to be done, you can just...
You and...
Hey, that's between Jeremy and me. No need...
I'm not trying to make
Hey, Ferdinand?
Oh, don't worry. We're not...
Are you and Jeremy? Why don't you just... Kaya's also worried about me.
You're right. But our relationship is...
Well, our situation...
Really?
We've been through this kind of thing before. If we didn't warn Hado, then he wouldn't take it seriously and something would eventually happen. As his brothers, we...
But it doesn't look like...
Huh?
Maybe Klee doesn't... But my mommy told me Hado sure doesn't look very...
Klee's right, you know?
Just like when we were back in the... I'm just worried that something similar could happen.
I know. I was thinking that if it weren't for my poor health...
No need to feel guilty, Hado. Isn't that why we came up with the idea for this area? I would do the...
Draw the blueprints and build tracks. It'll be a safe way to see all kinds of amazing scenery. Yes, that was the plan.
See? Doesn't it feel better just to get along?
Hey, what are you trying to say? You make it sound like I've only been trying to talk myself up.
The choo-choo cart is great, Ferdinand.
Really?
You know, Klee, having the...
Yeah, what an
Hey, Klee.
Yay!
Looks like all three of them are trying to win Klee's approval now.
Klee hasn't realized it yet, but her innocent... Hey, everyone. Please...
Good. Torrential Twister is ready to run now. Let's go to the station at the start of the track.
Hato and I have double-checked everything. It's all operating safely. You can go for a ride now.
Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I have something I'd like to give you all. It's a rock climbing rope. We used it on our adventures to...
Huh? But doesn't it...
Yes, of course. Thanks to Klee and everyone else's help, we realized that there's a...
Huh?
Yes, Klee.
Even bigger than that huge...
Yes.
Wow, that...
By the way, have you ever seen...
Nope. Today was the...
Is that so? Be sure to come back and ride the choo-choo carts again while you still...
Yep.
Sorry to bother our young mage, but there's something a master thief would like to report.
Uh-oh, I was having so much fun that I almost forgot.
We're supposed to be helping Adia look for the missing components.
You mean you snatched?
I didn't have to go that far. In fact, the component we were searching for was actually that orange rope. If anything...
Aw, do we really? Okay. Even though I want to keep playing.
That's our wise mage.
Seems Kokomi's out of it after that ride. Her face is completely blank.
Don't worry. My mind is always spinning. I'm used to this. We should head back to Idia.
How about we hold hands, Miss General? Klee will give you an...
After holding Klee's hand... What? Oh.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Time to go.
Time to go.
Welcome back! Well, any good news? Yeah, we even rode the choo-choo.
Seems she had a little too much fun, and now she's a...
Good idea. I think we could...
Then we'll see you later.
Bye, Mr. Honor. Well, it sounds like our young... So, back to the missing component. Did you bring it?
You bet! Kaya's...
It just occurred to me that you probably... If I remember correctly, the two eldest... They were all arguing with one another when they first arrived. They sure must have a lot of energy.
You almost sound as if you're reminiscing about old friends, Idia.
Yes, I've known them for quite some time after all. But I seldom go... You can hold on to the rope for now, Travel. By the way, Eula and Kale have also returned. They mentioned that they would like to head to the jungle north of here. Now that I've told you everything, I'll go rest.
Do you need me to accompany...
Oh, no, it's all...